What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I have a great concept for you guys today. I'm going to take this $100 and I'm going to tell you exactly how you should be investing it right now, how you should be making this money work for you every single month. So I'm going to tell you how to invest your first $100, and hopefully you enjoy this video. There are a number of ways for you to invest this money, and I'm going to take you through all of them that I think are good. So before I get started, make sure you hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one, and get your 2 free stocks with Webull and 1 free stock with Robinhood down below. Use the links, sign up, get your free stocks. This $100 is something that people think about all the time. You're telling me that if you get $100 in your hands, what do you think about doing? You're probably like, you know what? I could spend it. I could get what I want. I could put it into a savings account and it'll sit there, gain a very small amount of interest. I can invest it. I could gamble it, things like that. They're always thinking like, what can you do with this money, either to make it more money or to just spend it and make you happy. With that being said, in this video, I'm going to take you through how to grow this money. 5 different ways that you can grow this money, whether that is slow or fast or just extremely risky. Let's go with that. But you're going to see the different methods and understand all of the methods as you go along. Maybe you'll put eggs in different baskets. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket, and then you can, level the playing field here. So let's dive into this. Let's talk about your first $100, starting with paying off loans. This is where everybody wants to start. I know. Hey, how do I invest my money? Pay off your loans. This is something that Mark Cuban agrees with. You can save so much money in interest by taking that $100 and putting it towards your student loans or your credit card loans or your mortgage. You can put it towards so many different things that you owe that you will have to pay interest on, so you do not have to pay interest on later. Because no matter what, you're going to have to pay interest on it. And if you're saving, let's say 5, 6, 7%, that might be better than what you can gain in the stock market, just investing into mutual funds or investing into an index fund or whatever. So I would always say pay off your student loans, everything first, before you really get started investing. Now, if you find a method to where you can gain 15%, most people can't really do that. But if you can find a method where you can gain 10, 15%, most likely you're going to gain more on your money. So paying that interest is not really going to hurt you. You're technically, let's say you pay 6% and you're gaining 10% in the stock market, you're basically netting 4%. So you're still netting something. So if you could find a way to get to that point, consistently get 10%, then that makes sense. But that's not the case. So I always recommend pay off your student loans and all your loans first. Next way is another safe way, which is a high interest savings account. Now, right now, high interest savings accounts are around 1% APY, which is not as high as they would get in the past. I believe it was like 2.5% from what I've seen in the past. There have been some that have been higher. There have been some that could eclipse 4% from what I've seen. So now everything is really below that 1% or at that 1% mark, but you can still gain 1%, which is way higher than what you would do if you put it into a regular savings account. So take your money, put it into a high interest savings account, find one, whether it's Citi or whether it's American Express. You can find a great high interest savings account that will make you money, make your money work for you, basically. And the third way is investing your money into index funds or mutual funds. Both of them are great. They move with the market, so you do expect some risk. So it's different than a high interest savings account or paying off your mortgage or any loans. So it's a lot different because you're actually investing money, and you can gain 5, 10, 12% from index funds or mutual funds, depending on how the market is moving. And how the market is moving right now, it fluctuates. So you have your up days, you have your down days, which is mostly the case. But the only thing is that over time, you're going to see a larger profit as you start to add money into that mutual fund or that index fund. So definitely look into that. It's a very great way to gain money on your money, or gain interest on your money, basically. And a lot of people recommend it, slow and steady. So check it out. The fourth way is fractional shares. Now, this is a little bit more safe as well. It's not as safe as mutual funds, because when I say fractional shares, I mean invest in fractional shares for a reason. Don't invest a dollar into Ford. Like invest, $100 into Amazon. That's what I'm saying. You're investing a good fraction of Amazon to build up to one share of Amazon. So as you invest that first $100, you keep investing $100, keep investing $100, you get up to $3,000 where they are. Now you have one share and you can expect growth as you go along. So this is a great way of being able to build wealth, but not having the amount of money to buy one large share of like an Amazon or a Google or Facebook or Tesla or anything like that. You're buying fractional shares. This is a great way to grow your money, so definitely look into that. And the last way that you would invest your $100 is by dividend investing. Short term and long term, you're basically going to gain money through the growth of the stock, and then you're also going to gain money in the dividends being paid out to you every single month. Now, a number of people do dividend investing, whether you want to do monthly dividend investing or, quarterly dividend investing, depending on when they pay out. So there are a lot of stocks out there. You can buy Ford, you can buy Realty Income, you can buy SPHG, you can buy so many different stocks and ETFs that will pay you dividends. So this is a comfortable and safe way to do it because you're putting your eggs into multiple baskets by doing that, not just putting it all into, say, SPHD or putting it all into Ford or putting it all into AT&T. No, we need to put it into different areas. Yes, you buy larger shares in order to gain these dividends, but you're putting it in different baskets. So I would say that's how you start investing your first $100. I would say maybe start with Ford. A lot of people like to start with lower cost stocks so that you can gain a number of shares from it and feel like you are holding something and not just holding, one share of a company, which sometimes won't really pay you anything. Sometimes it'll pay you a lot because of the fact that you have a high cost for the stock. So 5% of a $100 stock is a lot more than 5% of a $7 stock. I understand that. So it's just the feeling of holding on to so many shares, especially with the potential growth that it could have. So that's what it's all about. Understand the stock market, understand how dividend investing works. And if you need help, make sure you check out my dividend investing videos as I go through my account to understand all of the different methods of dividend investing. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. There's a number of ways to invest $100. There's a number of ways to take your money and make it work for you. Whether you take the safe route and you pay off your bills and you pay off your loans and you put it into a high interest savings account, that's the safe route. Or you move over to the more risky side to where you worry about mutual funds, index funds, which I've never heard anybody say that mutual funds and index funds are risky. It's just based on the volatility of the market, and also worrying about stocks and dividend investing. Those are, the more risky side, not as risky as like just investing in penny stocks or gambling, but you're investing into your future here. So understand what you can do with this $100. Next time you get $100, don't just look at it and go, you know what, I'm going to buy a nice watch. No, I mean, technically that can be an investment, but don't do that. There's a number of ways that you can take this money and make it work for you. And it's not just the ways that I talked about today. There are other ways. For example, you can take this $100 and buy things at pawn shops that are undervalued, or buy things at garage sales that are undervalued, and then you sell it for a profit. Things like that. So that takes more effort, but there are a number of ways to take this $100 and make it work for you. Don't just think that you have $100 and that's all you're limited to that month. No, there's a number of ways. You can take $100, $1,000, $10,000 and turn it into $2,000, $20,000. But yeah, that's my video, guys. Make sure you hit that like button on this video. It helps me out so much. If you like this video, then make sure you let me know down below what you liked about the video. If you have any other methods on how people can invest their first $100, how they can make that money work for them, let me know down in the comments, and I'll make sure to reach out to you guys. But that's my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have to get out of here, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.